And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, BRimes.
BRimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. Thank you to everybody that reaches out to the show and supports the program. We greatly appreciate that. And we look forward to bringing all these different great contributors to you every day as well, helping you win in any marketplace. That's our goal, and making you more street smart. And we're going to be talking with JD and Thomas here from Friendly Pest Solutions coming up here in just a moment. Before we do, quick shout out to our friends over at Replenish IV Solutions. Longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Replenish IV Solutions, multiple Bay Area locations. They can also come to your home or office. Check them out online, replenishivsolutions.com, replenishivsolutions.com. All right, a couple of hot listings here. We like to feature our listings on air. We got a property at 3101 Old Archer Road in Gainesville, Florida. This is our pre-construction luxury condos. We've got 92 pre-construction luxury condos in Gainesville. You're starting at the 400s up to the 900s, 1 to 3 bedrooms. You have a 2-story penthouse option with plunge pools, EB5 visa approved, no short-term rental restrictions, and you're only 1.5 miles from the University of Florida, 5 minutes to Shantz Medical and Butler Plaza. And you have high-end luxury amenities in the building, state-of-the-art fitness facility equipped with Pelotons, resort-style temperature-controlled pools accompanied with cabanas and grills, chef gourmet kitchen as well, and the clubhouse. 3101 Old Archer Road. We're over 25% sold there as well, so reach out before the inventory is gone. All right, 1905 Masters Way, another one of our single-family homes. This one's in East Hillsborough County, Plant City, Florida. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. You have a 2-car garage as well. You are looking at 29 square foot heated and 0.38 acre lot with no backyard neighbors. So the backyard feels much larger than that because there are no backyard neighbors. I think it might be a conservation back there. Florida room with expansive windows, split floor plan, oversized great room with built-in shelving. The kitchen has beautiful cabinets and a walk-in pantry and Walden Lake amenities. You have walking trails, dog park, playground, sports complex, and access to the lake for non-motorized vehicles. Check out 1905 Masters Way in Plant City, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, welcome back in, fellas. JD, Thomas, welcome in, and how you been? How are things going?
Doing well.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. Yes.
Staying busy out there?
Absolutely.
All right. Good deal. Yeah, this is I like to talk about the seasonal changes. You know, we have a little bit of cool in the air a little bit sometimes, and then you have the humidity changing. What seasonally appropriate advice should we talk about?
Yeah, so we got cooler weather coming. I think tomorrow a cold front comes through, so it's going to push some cooler weather into the area. So with that, we've been dealing with rodent calls. That's when rodents take opportunities to get in people's attics and things like that. And so our rodent calls seem to take an uptick during this time of year.
Yeah. Is a squirrel considered a rodent?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
just a furry tail.
Yeah, they're there, man. They may look cute, but they're not. They get up there and cause some damage in your attic.
Absolutely. They're actually noisier than a lot of the roof rats and things like that. So you hear them during the daytime. That's typically what we ask when we're doing our inspections is, what time of the day are you hearing these noises? Typically, if you hear a lot of noises during the daytime, you're dealing with squirrels. And typically, rodents are going to be more active 2 a.m. to about 5 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we've seen a lot of activity now, especially after these hurricanes came through.
Right.
A lot of soffits missing from homes, and so it's giving these rodents, squirrels, rats, even raccoons and things like that access to attics, and so we've been noticing a lot of that this time of year.
Yeah, exactly. It's one more thing to add to the honey-do list, right? The to-do list. I still got some soffit on my. There's an area of my house. It's like the second level. It's so hard to get to. We still haven't tackled that project yet, but that's on the weekend warrior list, I guess.
We're doing a lot of that type of work ourselves.
Are you really? You helping people with that?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So customers will call in, and typically they're laying down, the ground, and so they put them in the garage. And while we're doing their inspections, that's something that we just throw in there as part of the service that we provide as far as rodent trapping and monitoring, and then some of the exclusion work that we do for them. Will include putting back some of those soffits that have fallen after the hurricanes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because that's, as a homeowner, you're like, oh, man, I got to drag out the tools. I got to get the drill out.
Yeah, and most of the times, roofers are so busy now with a lot of, roofing repairs that they're doing and that kind of thing that, they don't want to go out for just, 3 panels of soffits,
Right.
So that's kind of when we come in and we give them a fair price to put that stuff back.
I love it. Friendly Pest Solutions here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're talking with JD. How do you pronounce the last name, JD? I'm trying to remember.
Spanish, Jaramillo.
Jaramillo. Okay. Did I say it right? Jaramillo?
But typically, most people say Jaramillo.
Jaramillo.
Yeah, it makes it a little
That's
easier.
the gringo version.
That's the gringo version.
Yeah, I'll do the gringo version. I'm sorry, Jaramillo. And we got Thomas as well, Mokris, right?
Yep.
Thomas.
It's a little easier to say.
Yeah, Thomas. And what's your position there? How do you assist with the company?
So my position at Friendly is business development manager, and so I handle a lot of the marketing campaigns that we do, just trying to reach a further spectrum of customer and try to grow the business that way.
Yeah.
So basically just letting people know how great of a job we'll do for them, we'll take care of them, we'll basically treat them like family.
Yeah.
And so we just want to get that word out there.
Yeah, I love that. And I see the trucks on the road from time to time and
awesome.
making a impact in the community, and yeah, I love that.
Yes, Thomas, really helps us in that part of the business is growing the business. We're not your door knocking type company that you see a lot of out there. We just don't do that.
Right.
We want to go and meet people that want us there.
Right.
And that's the way we're growing the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Working on referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Working on the referrals, and then of course with the radio and TV show, utilizing the content.
Exactly.
That's a lot of fun to be able to get that out there. Yeah, Dave's come in as producer, and Haley assistant producer, kicking butt on the show. And then one of the things I really like is the automation that we can have, because there's some automation and some AI functions out there that will take these videos and chop them up for you. And then there you go. Now you got your Instagram stories, your reels, all your highlights. You got all those different aspects of your marketing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we
very
definitely
cool.
Utilize social media. Thomas does a lot of work with that. Like you mentioned, reels and short videos.
Yeah.
So
because it's amazing too. Just yesterday I went on a quick one day. Took Monday off, did a hunting trip, and we went up and over to Razor Ranch down there in Wauchula. But sitting in a tree stand. It's amazing how bored you get, right? And then you put in your iPod or whatever they call those things you put in your ear, and you're scrolling social media, catching up on the news, catching up on things. Yeah, we got Razor Ranch up there on the screen if you're watching our TV show version. Yeah, you can see the deer in the background. So we were able to take a couple deer and going to do a nice barbecue, and that was fun. But
there you go.
But it's amazing though, and that's my point. Going back to marketing. Mm-hmm. Right, you're sitting there, you're scrolling, you're looking at reels, you're checking out what your friends are doing, or what's new in the world. I guess yesterday the news was Biden's trying to start World War III with these long-range missiles into Ukraine. It's like, come on, guy, let's not do that. Let's have a peaceful transition here. Let's not get back into war. But anyways, I'm digressing there a little bit.
Sure.
We're talking with JD and Thomas from Friendly Pest Solutions, and when you think about that, see, I didn't realize you actually will clog or close up some of the entry points.
Yeah.
Because that's a challenge for homeowners.
Absolutely. Yeah, we start off every visit that we do for customers with a thorough inspection. And so we start from top to bottom. One of the things that we always point out are ridge vents. And a lot of people miss them because all you're looking at the end caps and you don't see any holes. But if those ridge vents are open or they've chewed through the rubber cap that they put on those things, you have a direct entry point into the attic, and once they're in the attic, they pretty much have full range to your whole house. Yeah. So just a very thorough inspection, and we look for all types of entry points. We definitely don't leave any stones unturned. We look through the whole inside, outside, underneath, every possible entry point we could find. Yeah,
and I had a seller one time. I had a client that had the squirrels had gotten up there, and they had apparently had a round or two of litter, whatever you call them, and they were, man, you could hear them all the time.
Yep. And sometimes they have these litters in areas that are very tight spaces,
Right.
very hard to get to them, and so that makes it very, very difficult. But the other thing that we like to mention is how much they contaminate the attic and your breathing area. So we want to get them out of there, because again they just, especially if you're allergic, you're going to deal with allergies and things like that. But they also have a lot of diseases that they carry, and so that's something that we always talk about: attic restoration, getting rid of the contaminated insulation and blowing back new ones. That's also a service that we provide.
Yeah, you got to get that old out and then the new in. And also, the termite side of things as well. That's a constant threat. In the state of Florida, that's depending on the time of year, I guess they're a little bit more active or not. But what are you seeing in that side of things?
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up. We're actually seeing an uptick on termite calls because of the hurricanes. Unfortunately, a lot of homeowners are dealing with cutting back drywall that they never had to tear out, and so as they're tearing out this drywall, they're finding damage that was never visible to them, and so we're having to go out there and assess the situation and deal with termite damage. And these are people that are dealing with a lot of expenses now because of the storm and a lot of construction work that they're having to do. But yeah, right now we're getting into the subterranean termite season, where they're going to swarm once the cooler weather passes and it starts to get up to about 70 and 75 degrees. These subterranean termites are going to start to swarm, and so our calls are going to start to go up.
Yeah, I lost a deal to apparent termites the other day. It was under contract, and then they did their inspection, and then they said, "Oh, we found termites," and come to find out, it wasn't termites. I guess the HOA, a lot of the condo associations will take care of the exterior of the home, and that's where they allegedly found them. But the HOA said, "No, these aren't termites." So I don't, it's weird. Over the years, I've had that happen a couple different times where the buyer gets their inspection, and they say, "Yeah, we saw evidence of termites," and then the seller says, "No way, not my house. I've treated it. No way." And then they'll get their own inspection, and then they'll say, of course, no, there's no termites. Yeah. So you have these conflicting reports. How do you navigate that?
That's a really good question. I mean, we take these wood destroying organism reports and inspections very seriously. And before we make a determination like that, we have to have clear-cut evidence that you're dealing with either termites or some type of a wood destroying organism before we make that call. So with a naked eye, it's very difficult to say that what you're dealing with or what you're seeing is drywood termite frass. We always encourage our technicians, our inspectors, to look at these things with a microscope that we provide to them, or bring it back to the office before they make that call. If they are 50-50 or don't know, let's be sure before we make that call.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's a good policy to have. That makes it a lot easier and something for the homeowner to really consider. All right, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We've got our feel-good story of the day coming up, more with our expert contributors as well from Friendly Pest Solutions, online at friendlypestsolutions.com, also consumerqb.com. You can see all of our experts, contributors there. 4-year-old girl told she'd never walk takes her first steps with her sister screaming as they shoot video. Feel good story of the day coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon BRimes here for AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. My wife and I shifted a lot of our buying habits, and we wanted to support companies that support our values, patriotic, Christian conservative companies, and you can find that online at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. Now, what you're doing is you're not spending any new money. You're simply buying a lot of the common purchases that you're buying every month for the kitchen, the bathroom, your shampoos, your laundry detergent, all types of great essential oils, vitamins, herbs, those types of products. And for you beef lovers, we have great beef products as well. Tenderloin, sirloin steaks, grass-fed beef available as well. So check out AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. And I'd love to talk to you if you have any questions about it. There's also a business opportunity there for you as well. 813-917-1894. And thank you so much for supporting our company, AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com.
Lindsay Rhymes here. My husband Brandon and I own the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams, and our team of seasoned agents is ready to help you buy, sell, invest, and love the life you live here in Tampa Bay. Communication, execution, customer service, and bulletproofing transactions are really where our team shines. We service Hillsborough, Pinellas, Manatee, Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties, and we have seasoned agents in residential, luxury land, and commercial divisions. Reach out to us, your Christian realtors, and let us help empower you with the right knowledge to make smart decisions with your next transaction. Call us at 727-263-3707 today. Again, that number is 727-263-3707.
Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with our friends from Friendly Pest Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up, our feel-good story of the day. And before we do, I'd like to feature our hot real estate listing, 4229 Red Cliff Place. This one is in Newport Richey. Owner motivated here. We've got a one-bedroom, one-bath condo near downtown Newport Richey, that is. Stained. We have charming stained glass insert in the front door, stainless steel appliances, quartz countertops, mosaic backsplash. And I love that community pool. Nice, large community pool there. And great landscaping there. I like the lighter colors in this property. Red Cliff Place, 4229 Red Cliff Place, Newport Richey, Florida. Another one of our hot listings here in Tampa Bay. 1240 Chelsea Lane, Holiday. 1240 Chelsea Lane in Holiday. I love this property as well. You have a entry-level price point here. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 car garage. And you have a 0.13 acre lot. No HOA or CDD. New roof that was recently installed in 2022. And you can there's room to park your boat, your jet ski in the yard. It's okay in that area. And minutes from the beaches, historic Tarpon Springs Sponge Docks. Check out 1240 Chelsea Lane in Holiday. Great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, every day we tell you something positive.
Tell me something good.
All right, we got a feel-good story here. 4-year-old girl told she'd never walk takes her first steps. And a 4-year-old girl told she'd never walk took her first steps, creating an emotional moment captured on video by her excited sisters. The family had been told by doctors that the girl would face significant mobility challenges, but she defied the odds, inspiring her family. The video shows her sisters screaming in joy as they filmed the monumental moment celebrating her unexpected achievement. And there you have it, our feel-good story of the day. And that is a crowd favorite for sure, our feel-good segments. All right, we're talking with JD and Thomas from Friendly Pest Solutions here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And a lot of our business owners, I often talk to them, and they're running a great business, JD, and they say, hey, this is something we'd like to grow, but it's hard. It's difficult to find people. And Thomas, I know you guys are actually hiring right now.
Yes, we are. So we're actually looking for a pest control technician and a sales inspector for our Pinellas office. This office is in Tarpon Springs. You'd basically be servicing all of Pinellas County. But we're just looking for someone that really wants to advance their pest control career. We're looking for great people that want to be part of our family. So that's essentially what we're looking for, you can reach out to us on our website, or there's actually some posts on Indeed. So whichever you find more convenient, we're always looking. We'd love to interview potential candidates and just see if we can continue to grow our family.
FriendlyPestSolutions.com. You can find them on there. FriendlyPestSolutions.com. And yeah, when you think about the pest industry, it's I've heard it said especially around termites. I think termites cause more damage than wind, fire, flood, hail. Like, it's interesting how much damage is actually caused by them.
Yeah, that's correct. It's about $5 billion worth of damage a year that they cause.
Wow.
So they're very destructive. A lot of people don't know that homeowners insurance doesn't cover termite damage, and so that's where we come in.
Oh, wow.
Kind of an extension to your insurance policy, because again, most insurances will not cover termite damage.
Yeah, because you need to get put on a monthly, because sometimes people, when I ask people, when I'm filling out those seller disclosures, whenever we take a new listing, I'll fill out those seller disclosures. Basically the form says, tell me about the roof, the AC, the plumbing, the electrical, do you have any encroachments on the lot? But when I get to the questions around termites, has the property been treated? Some people think that take that as a bad thing. No, I've never had termites. I don't treat it. Well, it's an ongoing, right? You want to have that ongoing treatment going.
Correct. And
preventative treatment.
And a lot of times, we encourage preventative treatments for subterranean termites. That's the best time to get it, because you're not taking on the $5,000 to $7,000 worth of damage that they can cause. So that takes that out of the equation. Always encourage preventative treatments for subterranean termites. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, Friendly Pest Solutions is a first-class organization. They do a great job. They send the tech over, and they'll what did we do? We did in our yard those subterranean treatments where it goes in the ground.
Stations.
And I think there was like 10 or 15 around the perimeter of the home.
Correct.
Yeah, we as a homeowner, that feels good knowing you got a perimeter set up.
Absolutely, and we always also let homeowners know that there's different types of termite treatments out there that look very similar. There's a system out there that if you don't open up those bait stations, you as a homeowner wouldn't know. We put the active ingredient that's going to kill the termites from the get-go. Other companies have very similar systems, but they're monitoring stations where it doesn't kill the termites. And so they lock you in for let's say a yearly contract that they have to go out every 3 or 4 months to check these bait stations to see if there's activity. And if there is, then they change it out and put the active ingredient. So those are things that we have to make sure the homeowners know what they're purchasing, so that they don't get taken advantage of by someone.
Yeah. That's a big part of the show, consumer advocacy. So that's a good point. So just walking around looking out the exterior, you look at those stations. Some of them are just monitoring and just have bait. Why would they not just put the killer stuff in there?
My point.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, why wouldn't you do it? It's less money, but it's also more revenue for the company, because they're going out there every 3-4 months and collecting a
so
service
that's part
fee.
of it then.
Correct.
Yeah. So what's your program look like? You have they come out once a quarter. You guys come out once a quarter. What does that look like? Is it like a VIP program, something along those lines?
Yeah. So for our pest control treatments, we come out either monthly for commercial accounts, or typically residential accounts. We come out every 3 months, and it's typically an exterior treatment. We don't like to do interior treatments if it's not needed. We don't want to expose customers, pets, kids to products inside the homes. Why not treat them on the outside and prevent them from getting in?
Yeah,
that's our concept. That's the way that we kind of do our pest control service. Our termite protection is once a year, so we check these bait stations once a year, and plenty of bait out there for 5 or 7 colonies per acre of land to be fed with these bait stations that we provide.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, good stuff. Friendly Pest Solutions. Check them out online. Friendly Pest Solutions. They are hiring. If you know anybody looking, send them to the website, friendlypestsolutions.com. JD, Thomas, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. All right, my pleasure. We also had Roger Coons as well, David Collins on the front end of the show, and we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate,